Hello, everybody. I'm Larry Ridley. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. It's a fresh start throughout the league here in Week 1 as these two teams have high hopes for the season ahead. It's the Steelers going up against the Browns. The opening kick of the new season is straight ahead as we turn it over to our broadcast duo of Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Thank you, Larry. From the shores of Lake Erie, EA Sports has coverage of the NFL from First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. This was the scene a few minutes ago. The dog pound in full roar as their Browns emerge from their tunnel, and they're ready to go as they get set to match up with the Pittsburgh Steelers. And hi again, everyone. Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis. These two teams, Pittsburgh and Cleveland, this is the oldest rivalry in the AFC. Also, one of the most lopsided in recent years. The Steelers have won, hard to believe, 30 of the last 34 meetings, 8 of the last 9. Meanwhile, the Browns, against all competition, have lost their last 12 straight openers in NFL record.
So this means this is going to be a mismatch again, right? Well, on paper, it appears that way with Pittsburgh going to the playoffs yet again in 2016. There's a new air of optimism in Cleveland. Had an excellent offseason, a tremendous draft. They think they're on the uptick.
So the Steelers offense getting set for their first drive. They'll be led out by their 35-year-old quarterback in his 14th year now, Ben Roethlisberger.
Is it really true that last year he became just the 10th player in NFL history to top 300 career touchdown passes?
How about that?
I mean, where is time gone? I feel like it was his rookie year, and he had that great winning streak to start off his career with the Pittsburgh Steelers. But the best part about his game, 2 Super Bowl rings.
And his 5th Pro Bowl a year ago as well. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30. And let's take a look at the Steeler offense.
Pittsburgh has long prided itself on being a defense-first team, but if you look at the last 3, 4, 5 seasons, it's been their offense that's led them. In 2016, they were 7th overall in total offense, and they can hit you through the air, on the ground. No matter what they do, they're hard to prepare for.
Now Roethlisberger to throw on 2nd down. This is caught by Antonio Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Roethlisberger hooking up with Brown to get the Steelers at first.
In order to be a great player, you have to be consistent. Antonio Brown is definitely that. 4 straight seasons with 100 or more catches.
How many more years do you think he can put up that type of production?
I think at least another 4 in a row because their offense is built to get him the football, whether it's outside, inside. And he's a featured guy, and I think that he really, really wants to continue at this pace.
Now a first down carry by Bell. And he'll take this one down to about the 40. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. And here's the starting crew defensively for Cleveland.
When you look at Cleveland's defense in 2016, it's pretty easy to isolate where their problems began. 31st in the league against the run. They finished 31st overall in total defense as well. So you have to start with them shutting down teams running the football to give themselves a chance to make some plays in the passing game.
And after the play on the ground, that brings up 2nd down here. Again, it's Bell. And some room to work. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues. That O-line, they cleared a big hole there on that run.
The athleticism of offensive lines continues to evolve, and we're seeing it here. Not only are they controlling things right at the line of scrimmage, but they're able to get upfield to get to what we call the 2nd and the 3rd levels. You know, get to the linebacker spot, the secondary spot, getting all the way downfield with their blocking, which helps keep the running back clean.
They'll try to continue that trend here this afternoon. Now Roethlisberger on first down. A screen to Bell. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. A good pickup there on first as the screen pass gets him 8. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
On second down, here's Roethlisberger. The swing pass caught, and he doesn't quite make it. They do stop him, but he gets it all the way down to the 1. 23 yards on the play. How about the start throwing the football? 4 for 4 on this opening drive.
Oh, he's slinging it. And oftentimes when we talk about slinging it, we're thinking about a guy throwing it all over the yard, not necessarily accurately. In this case, though, he's honing in on his targets, and he's delivering.
Yeah, the opening script, however, they drew it up for this first drive, going to plan so far. Second and goal. Defense digging it. And he's in. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Le'Veon Bell taking it in. And the Steelers take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Excellent start there. First drive of the season. Big-time success, putting it in the end zone.
And remember, that was done without any real map of how to do it. In other words, the deeper you get into the season, you get game film to work off of, tendencies to work off of. The first drive of the season, things can be entirely different than what you've seen in the past. It's a really good job of execution by them.
Boswell on now to kick this one away. Now it's Duke Johnson here on the return. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Leading the troops out there on the field is Cody Kessler, the second-year quarterback out of USC.
Yeah, made 8 starts as a rookie. Don't be fooled by his record because he didn't get any wins during that time. He's a guy who knows how to distribute the football just like a true point guard, something that he did very well in high school and basketball. This guy gets the ball around, moves it, and is very accurate with it. Only 2 interceptions in 2016.
On the ground, this is Isaiah Crowell. And he'll go down right at the 30-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Career highs in receptions, carries, and total yards last year for Crowell. His total yardage was 952. That was the highest by a Cleveland Brown running back since 2010.
And that sounds impressive. I think there's much more out there for him. If Cleveland plays even with people, not from behind, they'll get more carries, more touches, and his yardage will go up.
It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
A first update now from Cincinnati, and the Bengals out to the early advantage. We'll keep you updated on that one as it progresses. A first down carry now for Crowell. And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple yards out of it, because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
So 1 quarter in the books on NFL kickoff weekend. 7-0 is our score. EA Sports NFL Sunday returns following this.
The NFL on EA Sports is fueled by Gatorade, the sports fuel company.
Back with Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. The Browns with a football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 2nd down and 8 to start things out. They'll run it again with Crowell. And very little daylight there. They'll get a couple up to the 44.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again. Go play action, hit them over the top.
Let's go. Green, 39. Green. Throwing is Kessler on third down. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Bud Dupree. He's the one that gets him down. It'll be a loss of 5, and it'll bring up fourth down. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
The eighth-year man from Tennessee, this is Britton Colquitt on to punt. Back deep for the Steelers, Antonio Brown. Now Brown. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. The Steelers making their way out. And, you know, Charles, if you believe in linear progression, could be a super season in the Steel City. 4 years ago, they didn't make the playoffs. 3 years ago, they lost in the wild card game. 2 years ago in the division round, and last year in the AFC title game. So if form holds, could be your AFC champions in February.
Wouldn't that be something? What kind of progression is that?
Linear.
Yeah. Well,
but someone told me that. I'm not taking credit for it.
Well, we're going to roll with it, aren't we? Because I agree with you. This is a team that's in the playoffs last year. They went ahead and drafted T.J. Watt, an outside linebacker who could rush off the edge out of Wisconsin to give them a little more pop on defense. Then on the offensive side of the ball, we're all rooting for James Conner, the rookie out of Pittsburgh. Battled back and beat cancer. Now he's trying to beat up people in the NFL.
On second down, it's Bell. And he'll be tackled at about the 35. A good run as he works his way for 9 that time, and it'll leave him with a 3rd and just a few inches.
He had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. They'll try and run for it with Bell. It's a gain of 4, and it gets him the 1st.
Brandon, what were they thinking on defense there? They looked like they were playing for the pass. That was 3rd and short. Yeah, it was an easy pickup because they handed it to him. That was way too easy.
Just looked like absolute confusion defensively. Not sure why they were in that set.
Yeah, I'd say you ought to have a few men in the box there.
Yardage back to the 34-yard line. He lost 6 there on the first down play.
We all know that Myles Garrett was drafted number 1 in the NFL for his ability to get to the quarterback. That's his stock in trade. But the underrated part of his game, plays well against the run, knows how to hold the point of attack.
Now they'll throw it with Roethlisberger. And Bryant's got it over the middle. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. On 3rd down, Roethlisberger. 1:59 to go in the first half. And incomplete here on 3rd down. More from Cleveland after this. reminder, coming up at this and every halftime this season, we'll be checking in with Larry Ridley in Orlando for highlights and analysis of our first half.
LR, that's my man.
That's your guy. On fourth down, here comes the Steeler punter Jordan Berry to kick it away. Jabril Peppers is deep for Cleveland. And that'll hit in the end zone. Much too much leg there. That'll be a touchback. The Browns heading out on offense, Charles, and with them so many facts we can hit on, but unfortunately not many good. 9 consecutive losing seasons, 4-28 the last 2 years, 26 starting quarterbacks since coming back in '99. Only one of 2 non-expansion teams to never appear in a Super Bowl. You get the point, so give me some optimism.
Well, they're hoping it'll just be one starting quarterback in 2017, someone who will solidify that position for the team. And then think about what they did in the draft, though. 3 first-round draft picks, including Myles Garrett, the #1 overall pick in the draft, the defensive end out of Texas A&M. They're hoping it's a fresh start and a new direction for Cleveland. But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown them a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after them. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard. Second down now after the incompletion. The gun, Kessler. Pressure comes, and the Steelers take him down. Javon Hargrave with a great push up front. He picks up the sack at a loss of 8. He didn't get rid of the football there, took the sack, although that's easier said than done. He can't just chuck the thing sideways into the seats.
No, he really can't, because you're not afforded total protection as a quarterback. You have to get outside of the tackle boxes as defined by the NFL, meaning wherever your tackles operate normally, get outside of that, and the ball that you throw has to get back to at least the line of scrimmage. Otherwise, you face an intentional grounding call.
It'll be a gain of 7, but I'd imagine we'll see the punt team here on fourth down. Now the Steelers put a stop to the action with a timeout defensively. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. And now following that timeout, the defense back out onto the field. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he'll kick it away for the second time. He gets it away, and I think they'll smartly play keep away here from Brown. And this one will not be returnable as it sails out of bounds. Reminder that later tonight we'll see the Giants and Cowboys battle in Dallas. Seems like they're always playing in week 1. And then on Monday night, a doubleheader. Adrian Peterson, his first game with the Saints. He's already back in Minnesota to play the Vikings. And then a 10-20 start on the East Coast. It's the first game for the L.A. Chargers traveling to Denver.
A nice AFC West matchup.
The Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Throwing now, Roethlisberger on first down. This is Bell on the dump off. And he'll be taken down at the 46-yard line. Now the Steelers use the second of their 3 timeouts as they get it right at the 32nd mark of this first half. On second down, Roethlisberger. And some room to roam now. Man open left side is Brown. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. That one goes for 36 yards. From the red zone now, here's Roethlisberger on first down. And incomplete, he dropped it in the end zone.
They may be snapping the ball near the goal line, but all you're thinking defensively, keep them out of the end zone. Force the incompletion, force them into going for 3, and not giving up 6.
So incomplete on first. Let's see what second down has in store. A fake to Bell. Now it's Roethlisberger. And they can't get the long connection as it falls incomplete. So we've reached halftime here on opening weekend, as we'll send you down to Orlando, where Larry Ridley has our EA Sports halftime report. Larry? They've gone to the second quarter in Buffalo. The Jets have taken the early lead over the Bills. Josh McCown with one touchdown pass thus far.
All right, let's roll the highlights. Moving down to late in the first. On the run, this is Le'Veon Bell. And he capped off the long drive with the TD. As they get out to a 7-0 lead. Browns with the ball early in the second. Dupree's going to take down the QB here. This will go as a loss of 5. Browns now late in the second. Offensive line won't be able to hold up here. This will go for a loss of 8. That'll do it from our EA Sports Studios. Let's get you back up to Cleveland as we rejoin Brandon and Charles.
So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Here's the Browns offense now getting set to start off this third quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try to figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. No gain on the play. It'll be second down. Well, a well-executed blitz, no doubt. Great job by the linebacker. Maybe the quarterback, if he could have seen that, could have audibled there.
Yeah, he needed to be in a different play because that one just meshed perfectly for the defense. All the gaps were filled except for the one the offense really wanted to run through, and that was filled by a big man wanting to make a tackle.
And he made a great tackle. Again, it's Crowell. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 14-yard line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
Brandon, that play typifies what we've seen from the offense all day long. They've had no success getting things going. I think for the offensive coordinator, he's got to go to that side of the play sheet that says try something different, try some specials, something they haven't seen all day to try and get this offense kick-started.
Third and long, it's Kessler. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. The completion there winds up a wash, and it'll bring up fourth down.
Brandon, just mark that under the category of just not successful. Trying to throw the ball, just didn't work on that one.
Completed it. No yardage. Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Cleveland. He gets this one away, and boy, it's another boomer. With it is Brown. Take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the second half. They have the lead here. Well, we talk a lot about pregame speeches. What are halftime speeches like?
For the most part, not nearly as emotional. They're a lot more clinical. Every now and then, though, they'll get after you if they think they need to light a fire. But in this case, let's go into the virtual locker room, because here's what I think happened. They got in there and they said, listen.
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes.
The game plan for any defense is finding ways to make a quarterback uncomfortable in the pocket. When you bring pressure from all angles, you never know who's going to get home. In this case, the left cornerback, right in the face of him, puts him down.
Here's Roethlisberger. And he's going to go down again. So the sack, and now a 3rd and long situation for the Steelers and Ben Roethlisberger. From the shotgun, it's Roethlisberger. He's got his man on the crossing route. And he'll get it down here to the 43. 19 yards is the pickup there, but even with that, they're well short. It's 4th down.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet? And that's really what we had here. That was a big hole they were trying to get out of.
Yeah, big gain, still a ways to go, though. Barry on to punt as he gets this one away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. The results for them so far not that great. Well, not good at all. 3 drives, 3 punts.
Yeah, and now what you're doing is you're looking at your play sheet. You're trying to figure out what you're going against defensively. I wonder, are they showing them something they haven't seen or anticipated in practice, and maybe that's throwing them off? Or do they just have to go to a different play calling section and try and run some offense that way?
They begin with a run by Crowell. Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the 3rd quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
On 2nd down, here's Crowell. And some space here. And he takes this one all the way across midfield into enemy territory down to the 40-yard line. Almost unstoppable on the ground there as that one is good for 39.
But we know one thing, Isaiah Crowell can run if given an opportunity. Had the longest run in the NFL in 2016, an 85-yard touchdown sprint, week 2 against Baltimore.
This one not quite as long, didn't end in 6, but still a great gain. Down carry here for Johnson. And he only manages a couple here down to about the 38-yard line.
In order to play really good run defense when you're playing a 3-4, those 3 guys up front, the nose tackle and the guys they call the defensive ends, they're usually big, big people.
It's Crowell. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 5 yards on the pickup, and it'll be 3rd down.
Looks like they're establishing a pretty good pattern here because they've been very heavy in the running game on the last 4 plays.
Yeah, you took the words right out of my mouth. So far, 4 plays in this drive, all 4 on the ground. The Browns on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. Here it's 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Kessler. It's complete to Britt. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line.
Face mask. Defense.
So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
Red zone opportunity. After the penalty, it's Crowell. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
This drive is pretty clear. Almost feels like old school fundamentals, doesn't it? Want to impose their will on the defense. What's that, 5 straight runs?
Yeah, 5 straight carries to start this drive. And like you said, the way it's working, they may just stick with it. And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. It's the Browns with a deficit. They're trailing, but with the football here to start the fourth. So what will they do? On the ground, through the air, let's see. 2nd and 9.
Here we go.
They'll run with Crowell. And he's able to get most of what he needed on the carry there. 7 yards on the gain, and it's 3rd and 2 now.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the fourth quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Randall Telfer from 3 yards out. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
That's almost just not right. You cover everybody, but those tight ends, they can be awfully reliable.
Very reliable. The defense just has to hate those guys.
This drives them crazy because oftentimes you can't match up with them. They have you either with size, speed, or maybe even just strength.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And an important one that is, as we are tied now early in this fourth quarter. So that drives 7 plays in length. And it's capped off by the Browns touchdown. Set to go now with the kickoff. These two teams all even again as we continue in this wild fourth quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And down it goes just shy of the 25. Now, penalty marker is down. Let's see what that's about. Yeah, this is going to put them back with a not great field position.
So they really got zero benefit at all, right? Sometimes you can absorb a penalty when you get a big return. Then the penalty brings it back, but you still have great field position. As you pointed out, not in this case.
They'll throw on first down with Roethlisberger. Goes underneath for Bell. A Steeler first down on the pickup of 11 yards. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Now Roethlisberger going to hand to Bell. And a nice run past the 30-yard line there. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves them with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
They go play action now. Roethlisberger. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's James. And he's brought down, but not before getting across midfield to the 45. That one goes for 24 yards.
Jesse James, 10 catches, 131 yards in the Steelers' 2 playoff games last year. A more than reliable tight end, a guy who can create big-time plays downfield. But let's face it, partner, you love calling that name in a game, don't you?
I do. But as we saw right there, he's really reliable on third down, isn't he?
Yes, he is. Jesse James.
Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack.
left. Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
So the offense has it 1st and 10. After the penalty, it's Bell. And he'll be stopped up quickly here at the 38. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
Now it's Roethlisberger. Throwing the out route, incomplete. It's Bryant. A Steeler 1st down. Roethlisberger to Bryant. Now a play fake here on 1st down. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down.
But plain and simple, that's the 2nd time today that he's dropped a pass.
And that one, I think, maybe even a little easier than the earlier one that he dropped. Surprising.
Was this game announced as a night game prior to, and maybe his rhythm is just off? He's got thrown off. He's got to wake up, enjoy the sunshine, and go play.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. Roethlisberger to his big target, James, all 6-7 of him for a Steeler 1st down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the 1st down.
And at this stage in the game, every play is magnified here as we get down to the nitty-gritty. On 1st and 10, it's Roethlisberger. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And the 8th play on this drive coming up. Ben to throw again. And it's caught. It's Brown. Touchdown Steelers. Antonio Brown from 3 yards out. And the Steelers have taken the lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route ordinarily is probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And it ends with the Steelers finding the end zone. Boswell on now to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a big hit there as he runs into a brick wall. And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
And, of course, the quarterback in this situation, he's realizing time is becoming a factor. Let's see if they can get some points on the board here late. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here.
Neutral zone infraction, defense.
And he got a little aggressive too early.
And he did, wanting that quick takeoff as the ball was snapped, but I think sometimes those big guys on offense, they're pretty cagey too, right? They make those little sudden moves or those little subtle moves that get you to jump.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Shotgun snap, Kessler. To the right side and complete to Njoku. And they're going to get this one all the way out across the 45. That one goes for 24 yards. Time for a break. We'll come back, see what transpires after this. So the Browns in possession of the football here as we get you reset. They come up on a 1st and 10, desperately needing a score here on what could be their final drive. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
The defense helps the offense out there. Now 5 yards to go on 1st down. From the gun, it's Kessler. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Gordon. And he'll go down shy of the 40 at the 41. 8 yards on the pickup there, and it moves the sticks. He's back to throw. And his throw's going to be incomplete. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock. You have to really navigate against a tough defense presented against you.
And the hit jarred it loose. It's incomplete. 3rd and long coming up defensively. You pressure the quarterback or drape all over the passing lane?
Yes, that's exactly what you do. It's both because they're not mutually exclusive. They may have been at one time in football, but not anymore. You want to have that pressure. If you have a big-time pass rusher, send them after the quarterback, and then make sure you blanket the field.
Figuring they're going for it on 4th down. Remember, though, they do have all 3 timeouts, so even if they don't get it, all is not lost.
Yeah, normally in this situation, when you're talking about having to go for it, everything is in this play. But as you noted, with those 3 timeouts, they actually have a little bit of a safety net.
All right, here we go.
Back to throw. He's going to let it fly. And that's going to be caught for a Browns touchdown. Josh Gordon, 41 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up.
The receivers have been running them ragged, maybe some tired legs in the secondary, maybe some tired legs in the pass rush. Didn't get to him, and look what resulted. A touchdown, tie game. They've got a chance to take the lead.
And now a critical extra point attempt here. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter. That time a 6-play drive. And it ends with a touchdown for Cleveland. So here comes the kickoff now, all even here in this 4th quarter. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If they get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. Here's Roethlisberger. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. No chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. And now a timeout called defensively by the Browns. It's just their first. They've got 2 more to use here in the final stages. Well, timeout on their side here. In fact, a lot going against them. They do have a small glimmer of hope.
No one likes to play extra football. They want to go for the win right now.
Roethlisberger with a give to Bell. He takes it to the 15. A nice display of power, but not a ton to show for it. And now the Browns are going to take another timeout. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage. They'll go again with Bell. Now the defense will burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And the Steelers on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. They'll run it with Bell, and he'll get nothing out of that one. Call it no gain that time, and they're going to be left looking up at a 4th and 1.
That was a terrific job by the defense stopping them on 3rd and short. But sometimes you get some visual cues from the offense because when they're going in short yard situations, you might see the offensive line come in tighter together, a little more shoulder to shoulder, trying to wedge a hole in the middle. They didn't get it done on that play.
They are in the 4th and Buffalo. The Jets now up over the Bills. Josh McCown, a single touchdown pass to this point in that one. Now here's a timeout, as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. So the offensive unit called the TO, and now we are ready to resume play. And this one is right through. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So he comes through in a hostile environment, and you'd have to imagine that's the game winner.
Without a doubt. The way this one's gone, they didn't want to take any chances in overtime if they could help it. And that was one heck of a pressure-filled kick.
After the successful field goal try, here's Boswell to send it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. One last shot for Kessler. And it's incomplete. So their final drive comes up empty. And with that, the ball game is over. And partner, this first week, this first game that we get to call together, so special every year, week 1. You had the flyover, the big American flag out there before the game, all the hoopla, just having football back, so special.
It is an opening day, opening game. There's just nothing like it because you really build to a crescendo. But the best part for us is that crescendo lasts for a while. Opening game here, an entire season. We get into the playoffs, to the Super Bowl. I was really excited. I could barely sleep last night. I can't imagine being a player.
So for the Steelers, it wasn't always pretty, but they do eke out the Week 1 victory here by a field goal. And they will head home next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they go down to defeat here in the opener. And they'll be on the road next week for a matchup with the Baltimore Ravens. That'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our hardworking crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, find us on Twitter at EA Madden NFL. With that, we say so long from Cleveland.